Everybody's talking about Elon Musk and Donald Trump beefing over electric cars and billion-dollar bills. But what if I told you that wasn't even the real story? Because out of nowhere, Elon Musk just accused Trump of being in the Epstein files, and now the internet is spiraling. But behind the headlines, there's a darker, more twisted theory floating around. Some people say this isn't just about politics or payback. They say it's about covering up secrets that tie back to a man who's been dodging heat for years, P. Diddy. Let's break this down, because if this theory is true, the feud between Trump and Musk might be nothing more than a smokescreen for something much, much bigger. It started with a single tweet. Elon Musk, yes, the Tesla guy, just casually tossed out one of the most dangerous accusations you could ever make. He said, "Time to drop the really big bomb. Donald Trump is in the Epstein files." No evidence, no explanation, just chaos. People were stunned. Headlines exploded. The internet caught fire. Now, normally, Elon stirs up drama all the time. But this was different. He wasn't just trolling. He was throwing a grenade at the former president of the United States, accusing him of being linked to one of the darkest scandals in recent history. So what caused Musk to go nuclear? Turns out, it wasn't just about Epstein. The real heat started over a bill. Yep, a boring old government bill about electric vehicle mandates. Trump had been working behind the scenes to gut EV incentives, and Musk was furious. After all, Tesla's entire empire is built on electric cars. Musk says he never even saw the bill before it passed. Trump says Musk was just mad he lost government money. The back and forth went public, Trump calling Musk weak, threatening to end Tesla's government contracts. Musk firing back, mocking Trump's intelligence, even claiming he saved the 2020 election for Republicans. And then, Musk dropped the Epstein tweet just like that. But some people think he wasn't just mad. He was trying to distract everyone from something bigger. So, what's the theory? Some say Elon was just throwing shade. Others say he might have been under pressure, that he knows more about the Epstein situation than he's letting on. And maybe, just maybe, he let a name slip that wasn't supposed to come out yet. But here's where things get really messy, because after that tweet, social media detectives started digging, and what they found pulled in someone completely unexpected. Guess who kept popping up in old photos, old parties, and old connections? P. Diddy. That's right. Turns out, Diddy wasn't just partying with hip-hop royalty. He was also rubbing shoulders with billionaires, politicians, and international elites. There are whispers that Diddy and Epstein shared connections through private parties, label deals, and mutual acquaintances in both the fashion and music worlds. And when you look at the timeline, it's eerie. Epstein's infamous island trips peaked in the early 2000s, the same time Diddy was hosting infamous exclusive events that people are now calling freak-offs. Cassie's lawsuit even referenced island trips and industry blackmail, and people are wondering, was Epstein just one branch of a much bigger, darker tree? Let's not forget, Trump and Diddy weren't always distant. In the late 90s and early 2000s, they were actually pretty close. Diddy performed at Trump events. Trump praised Diddy as a brilliant businessman. They were both NYC power players, surrounded by models, moguls, and money. But something changed. By the time Trump ran for office, Diddy distanced himself completely. No more name drops, no more public appearances, almost like he didn't want people connecting the dots anymore. And now that both men are facing pressure from lawsuits, headlines, and federal heat, it's starting to feel like too much of a coincidence. Right now, Diddy is in the middle of a legal firestorm. Multiple lawsuits accusing him of abuse, trafficking, and running freak-off parties that destroyed lives. Several alleged victims say Diddy used NDAs, cash settlements, and celebrity protection to keep them quiet. And some of the names being whispered behind closed doors? Let's just say they're powerful enough to shut down the internet if the truth ever got out. And yet, despite all this heat, Diddy has never been asked publicly about Epstein, not once. Which raises the question, why? Musk claimed the Epstein files haven't been released because Trump is in them. But what if the real reason is because they include names that could shake the music industry to its core? Insiders claim the sealed Epstein files contain logs, names, contracts, guest list, and even financial records tied to global celebrities. And if even one of those names has a connection to Diddy's inner circle, to his events, his business partners, his mentors, that might explain why so many people are staying very quiet. Because let's be honest, Diddy isn't the only one who's gone quiet. A whole generation of celebrities who once circled Epstein's orbit have either gone dark, disappeared from the spotlight, or issued vague denials. Naomi Campbell, Jay-Z, Clive Davis. Even Beyoncé has faced questions about elite Hollywood cults and strange symbolism. And Diddy? He's been photographed with nearly all of them, yet no statement, no denial, no questions asked. Almost like someone behind the scenes is pulling every string to keep certain names off the Epstein radar. But with Elon's bombshell tweet, that protection may be cracking, because now people aren't just asking what's in the files, they're asking who else has something to lose. So here's the wildest theory floating around. What if this whole public feud, Trump versus Musk, EV mandates, insults on social media, is just smoke and mirrors, a billionaire-style distraction to keep people focused on politics while ignoring the growing list of lawsuits, sealed documents, and federal investigations happening behind closed doors? Because let's not forget, Diddy is currently under federal investigation, and any connection between his empire and Epstein's network could open up the biggest celebrity scandal of the decade. The timing? A little too perfect. We've already seen careers crumble over Epstein, but if Elon's tweet was more than a tantrum, if it was a hint or even a threat, then we're standing on the edge of a massive collapse. And Diddy might not just be a bystander in this drama. He could be part of the reason why so many files are still sealed. His parties, his connections, his silence. And if even one name links Epstein's world to Diddy's, you can kiss the music industry's top layer goodbye. So while Elon and Trump duke it out online, don't be fooled. This isn't just about ego or electric cars. This is about secrets, power, protection, and a network of billionaires who've spent decades hiding their darkest connections behind contracts, friendships, and NDAs. And if the Epstein files ever do get released, the biggest story won't be Trump. It won't even be Musk. It might just be the music mogul who built his empire in the shadows and is now watching it crumble, one lawsuit, one witness, and one tweet at a time. Because once the dominoes start falling, not even Diddy can dance his way out of this.